I'm going to share with you how I've been working on this beautiful piece of eco-printed vintage blanket wool. You can see it's quite a green colour and it has lovely printing on it, including these Banksia leaves, and there's a lot more which you can't see because I've got this folded in half. But there were lots of holes in it. It was quite mothy, and I thought, how can I fix this and still retain the integrity of the eco-printing? So what I decided to do was to do some needle felting, but do it so that it had an effect a bit like inlay. So if you look at the front, you'll see that I've got a needle felted patch there, and that's made out of naturally dyed wool also. And on the back is a similar patch because I put the same wool on the back and I eco-printed 2 layers, one on each side. And that meant that the piece is also reversible, which I'm very happy about because the eco-printing is really interesting on both sides. You can see a bit of bracken fern here and some gum leaves there. So, and also some string lines and a really lovely fern print here. So this way it can be hung up so that you can see both sides. I may add some stitching to it at some point, or I may leave it just as it is because I rather like it. I still have a few holes to do, and if I hold them up to the light I can see them, and there are a few in this area down near the bottom. So I'm just going to show you how I do this, and then if you decide you'd like to give it a try, you'll know what to do. So I have one hole right there. So I'm going to start with the front, and I'm going to put a piece on the front. I have cut these like squares. Put that on top. Slide that underneath my barbed needles, and I'm going to go around first, catching the edges and the back of the wool together. And once I've gone round, I'll go up and down. The idea is to embed this into the wool blanket. And once I've done that, I go across from side to side. And you can see it's starting to kind of shred the patch. Then I turn it over, and you can see that some of the wool from that patch has migrated through to the back. So now I'm going to go on the back of it with another patch that matches. So it's the same wool, cut about the same size. And I'll do the same thing again. I'll go around. And you can see that it's got extra layers, or you can tell by the sound. It's working a little bit harder, so I probably shouldn't go quite so fast. So once I've gone around, I go up and down. And then I'll go side to side. And I do go slightly over the edges so that it melts into the main piece. And then the last thing I do is I do the front again. You can see it's standing quite proud above that. So this will push it back in. So again, around. Up and down. And side to side. You see that it is buckling a little bit, but that's okay. Just spread it out with your hand to keep it flat. This guard actually keeps your fingers from getting trapped underneath. So that is done, and as you can see it doesn't look very flat, but what I do next is I iron it with a steam iron on both sides, and then I get these lovely I'll just find one a similar colour, inlaid patches. So that looks as though it's been inlaid into the background, and the same with the back. So now I'll do another one just to give you one more demonstration. This patch is a different colour, but they're all earthy sort of colours that go with the background. This one is a bit more loosely woven, so it might shred a little bit, but that's okay. So I'll just hold it up to the light, find another hole. There's one. And I'll do it from the front first. Although really this is reversible, so it's debatable what's the front and what's the back, but we'll call this the front. So make sure I've got it on the hole. So going around, up and down, and slightly over the edge so that you catch everything, and then across, side to side. And a little bit of thread has come out, so I'll just pull that away. And then I'm going to use the same colour and type of wool patch on the back. So I'll turn it over. I probably could have got away without putting a patch on the back, but I just like the idea of it being pretty much reversible. So placing it over where I can see the front patch is, and going around the edge, and it's quite thick, so I just go slowly, and then up and down. And side to side. Just caught a little bit there, so I'll just stop it and move a little bit. And I'll keep going side to side. So that's the back patch done. Then I'll turn it over and do it from the front again. And actually you can see how the back fibres have pushed through to the front. So that's why we do it this third time, second time on the front, third time in total, just to make sure that it all melds together. Around the edges. Up and down. Side to side. This is where I need to stretch it a bit, I think, because it's buckling. So just be careful when you're going through all those layers. So there we go. There's that patch done. As you can see, it's not very flat, but again, I will steam iron that and it will become as flat as these other pieces that I showed you. So these are the two that I need to iron. That one's already been done and ironed. I still have a few more holes to do, but I just thought I'd show you my technique for this particular piece.